So good morning from Las Palmas. It's certainly a slightly brighter day today. Although it is a brighter day, I'm at a slightly more somber place. So this is the mural for a famous bodyboarder in the area, and it was put here specifically because this area here is kind of known for bodyboarding. The waves are almost ideal for it. So this is just one example of the kind of brilliant murals that you can find all over Las Palmas. Some of this artwork here is essentially focused on the ocean. So I didn't have much luck with the murals yesterday. That one mural that I did want to go and see was defaced, so I wasn't particularly happy about that. But I'm hoping that today maybe I'll have a bit more luck, and I'm going to be heading down to the old town. So the kind of art that you can find all over a city really can tell you a lot about that place's history, its traditions, and what they kind of hold close to their heart. Maybe some of the struggles that they've had to overcome, this, that and the other. For this place is the sea. As you can see from some of those murals back there. For where I'm from, Bristol, which is world renowned for its artwork and murals. People travel from all over the world to come and see famous artwork that you can find scattered around the city. Some of the artists there, Bank Team, I'm sure you've heard of, they try to tell stories, right? And those stories are based on experiences that people have. So it really is unique to this place, the artwork that you can find. So I'm on the hunt again for some murals. There we go. They are just absolutely scattered all over this city. Obviously I've done a bit of research before coming here. There were a few which I've seen which I kind of wanted to go and document a little bit, but there's ones like that that you'll just walk up on and just discover them. So one of the most interesting things to me about Gran Canaria is the massive variation to environment. It's literally known as a mini continent because you can find desert, mountain ranges with snow, jungle, humid, dense jungle, to palm tree beaches. And I shall be visiting all of those whilst I'm here. Maybe not the snowy parts, but certainly climbing a mountain. For it to be known as a mini continent, it's not something I've ever heard of before. I'm sure there are many around the world, but considering how small the island is, that you can find that much versatility within the environment here is crazy. So this is an unusual one. I think it demonstrates the different stages of industrialization and that kind of thing. We've got some kids over here. Factory of bread, Fábrica de Pan, 1901, 913, Industria Mecánica. Yeah, so it's like different stages of kind of the industrial revolution and whatnot. till 1985. Lovely little park. So I've definitely noticed kind of in the area around here, you can tell that much of the architecture is influenced by different, I suppose, different nations, different time periods. As this place was kind of taken over by the Spanish, obviously a lot of their influence has come here, in fact most of it, but you still do have the Canarian influence as well. I mean, look at that statue up there, it's like some kind of Pegasus. So this is Calle Triana, which is no doubt the most kind of shopping centralized spot of Las Palmas, or I suppose all of Gran Canaria itself, really. What?
Claro, pero das cuenta que si siempre me ha ayudado.
Cheeky mural up there. See if we can get on this side of the path, take a look at what that is. Some massive stores here. I mean, these buildings must go all the way through. But I mean, this is a prime example of some of the architecture that I'm talking about. Just older buildings in general, they've got so much character to them, and I always feel like new buildings that we're having built now, don't get me wrong, they're a lot more efficient, let's say, maybe better at kind of keeping the heat in and this, that and the other, but in another hundreds of years, are we going to look at them in the same way that we look at older buildings from back then? I suppose we will, but it's just hard to believe because they're nowhere near as intricate and ornate. I keep seeing this ale hop. I've no idea what it is, and they've got a cow outside with a hat on and a bell around its neck. I've seen maybe 3 or 4 of them since I've been here. But then they sell like bags and stuff. So I'm not quite sure what the correlation there is, but let's have a quick look. They got it's like bags and pens. Unusual. Ah, here we go. I mean, you can just imagine this kind of street here. In fact, I might even look to see if there is any kind of older photos of this place, but you can just imagine what this place would have looked like maybe a good couple hundred years ago. mean, the size of those doors. No one's going to build a door that size nowadays, are they? And it's like every building has one. I mean, that doesn't even look old. I mean, it's old design, but that can't be the original door, can it? So they've kept the door frame and just replace the door, which is what you would do, right? I suppose they're never going to knock these buildings down unless they absolutely need to. And I imagine that they're still structurally sound. Now that over there, I believe, is a market. So that's an indication to me that we're just about to go into the old part of town, if that wasn't already the old part of town. Let's go and take a look inside here, see what's going on. I imagine it's going to be fruit, fish, meats, dried meats, yeah, all kinds of stuff like that, all the good stuff really. Let's have a look. They're all kind of wrapped up in this plastic wrap to keep them fresh, which I've never actually seen before at a market like this, them wrapped up so you can just grab them and take them after paying for them, obviously. Same for the fish? No, I don't think so. It's like sardines and octopus. Yeah, plenty of fish. I mean, we are right by the sea, aren't we? So that's what it's going to be. Strange looking tomatoes. I mean, I'm sure they're banging.
Mira, perdona, las naranjas estas estaban malas.
Cool. And the cakes look unreal. All kinds of them. Dragon fruit. Could probably do with a coffee, to be honest. Pumpkin, I mean, I'm not. Do they grow like that, or they're that shape because they've been kind of like tied off? I don't even know what that is. Not gonna lie. The size of these blackberries, Jesus. It's like ginger in there. And it does all look absolutely delicious. diferentes carnes, diferentes frutas y pescados, quesos y dulces. All over the world kind of represent multiple generations of a city, and the stall holders must just kind of, they must possess so much knowledge of the place. And you know, even like hundreds of years ago, they were the lifeblood of trade, and weren't just a place to shop, they were the kind of economy. Maybe not so much as importance nowadays, but once upon a time this was hustling and bustling. If it isn't now, you know, it definitely was then. Bloody hell, that looks old. Whatever that is. All of these buildings along here look old. I mean, this is the kind of oldest part of Las Palmas. This is where the town kind of originated from and grew out from, essentially. So the architecture again here is different. And this is one of the more monumental pieces. Now this here, yeah, Casa de Colón was actually a house where Christopher Columbus, on his first voyage to America, stopped off essentially and stayed here for a little while. So I mean, this small town kind of plays a big part in the discovery of America as we know it. It wasn't built specifically for him or anything like that. At least I don't think it was. It just happened to be the place that he stayed. He must have been treated as maybe some kind of important figure, or just by chance he stayed there. I'm not sure how important this building was back then. Twins?
Be careful, please. Sorry. 4 euros.
Perfecto.
Copy?
Ah, está bien. Gracias.
Okay.
Hello, where are you from?
England.
Oh, welcome. The visitor start here on the left in the
Yeah.
room number 1.
Sweet.
And if you take pictures without flash, please.
So Gran Canaria was kind of the stopping point, right? Straight from Spain, and then from there that was their base to kind of head out and explore, well, South America and North America.
Only down. Only up, please. Down for you.
Crikey. I mean, the fact that that's even legible, there's so much information on there. And it's kind of goes all the way around. So the upstairs today is out of bounds. They're preparing for a new exhibition, which is a bit disappointing, but literally from the time that I'm here. So the Santa Ana Cathedral took centuries to construct. It was completed in 1947, which realistically wasn't that long ago, but it started construction just after the Spanish conquest, which was like in the 1400s. So because it took so long, there are so many different architectural styles that are used. Obviously, over hundreds of years, what becomes trendy changes in terms of construction, right? So, now this would have been one of the first buildings to have been constructed here before anything else was here, quite literally. So all of Las Palmas stems from this place, or at least this area. So, cathedrals are always amazing to kind of go into. The architecture is always spectacular. It certainly isn't the most ornate that I've seen, but no doubt they are always a masterpiece to look at. I mean, I know it took centuries to build, but to get those statues up there like that, and I mean, I don't even know how one would go about doing that nowadays. God knows how they did it back then. The scaffolding couldn't have been very safe. But I don't think safety is the concern, is it really? When religion comes into play, gonna take the steps, I think. Just go through there. I haven't got the time to be standing around waiting for elevators. Just get a move on, innit? Let's get the steps done. "162 steps, I think it said. Which is light work. I've already done over 25,000 today. Did the same yesterday. So I'm gonna have to make up for calorie burning tonight, no doubt. Maybe overindulge a little bit.
Sí, sí, más, es mucho más,
Easy. Wow. So that part of the building is kind of ruined now. It's all ruins down there, and maybe constructing it into something new, but it's not in the best condition. Oh, you can go up again.
Von der Ebene entlang des Santa Ana bis zum Süden der Insel erstreckt sich dieses Landschaftspanorama. Jedoch
probably the biggest palm tree I've seen here. It's not a confession booth, is it? What is that? No, it's just a wardrobe. I mean, that guy is a G. It's a brilliant painting. Almost looks like photos that have had some kind of AI filter put on them. Wow. That's crazy. Doves are coming in through the window and they're turning into... That's strange. That looks sick though. My flipping bag's falling down. It's got too much stuff in it and it's hanging down like a little